Hi, this is SmartPort TV, and as we promised, this is part number 2 of the Outlook 2018.
Building bridges is a key focus for 2018, and that's why we're starting out on the Rethe lifting bridge. Traffic has been rolling across Europe's largest lifting bridge since December, and that's good for anyone driving through the Port of Hamburg by road, by rail or on the water. So, together with Jens Meier, we're going to take a closer look at the new bridge.
Ja, also erstmal sieht man, der Verkehr fließt. Das ist immer sehr schön zu sehen.
Well, as you can see, the traffic is flowing. That's great to see. It was already free for road traffic, and now rail traffic is moving across as well. As we saw on the way here, what's key is that we've separated the traffic. Road and rail no longer get in each other's way. Before, we had to close the road up to 40 times a day because the tracks ran across the road. On the old bridge, as you can see, road and rail were intertwined. We've untangled that, and that's going to keep things flowing.
Das wird den Hamburger Hafen weiter im Fluss halten.
And to further improve traffic flows, there are plans to reduce the amount of journeys involving locomotives that aren't pulling a load.
Wir wollen das Thema Lok-Leerfahrten noch weiter in den Fokus nehmen.
We're going to address the issue of locomotives maneuvering without loads because we have to close a whole section of track when they do so. We want to see complete trains, and that's why we're going to complete a locomotive service station in April of this year with another 34 parking spaces for locomotives, which means they no longer have to leave the port to park. They can be repaired here in a workshop, refilled with diesel and sand, and we'll be able to offer this service from early summer this year. It means we'll have more than 130 parking spaces for locomotives in the port.
130 Parkplätze dann auch für Lokomotiven im Hafen haben.
The next bridge, the new Kattwyk rail bridge, will also improve traffic flows in the Port of Hamburg.
Die Kattwyk Brücke ist jetzt 73
The Kattwyk Bridge was built in 1973. It's not that old and we're not going to remove it, but again here the issue is disentangling road and rail traffic. And in the long term we want to be able to use the bridge for road traffic as well, and also put in another lifting bridge for rail traffic, thus reducing the number of road closures and traffic jams. We're improving things all the time here, and we're not going to stop.
Aber wir hören ja nicht auf damit.
And off to our next stop. It's not a bridge, but still a very important connection between Hamburg Altona and Steinwerder, the St. Pauli Elbtunnel. Renovation of the eastern section has reached the final stage. Refurbishment of the St. Pauli Elbtunnel is a project that's close to everyone's heart. It's about maintaining this construction for posterity.
Das Ganze wird Ende 2018 abgeschlossen sein.
The whole thing is going to be finished by the end of 2018. Of course, it's not a bridge, it's a tunnel, but it essentially links one side of the Elbe to the other. And it's part of the whole thing, enabling people who work in the port and others, including tourists, to go from one side, on foot or by bicycle or by other means, to the other.
Oder eben auch mit Fahrzeugen wieder erreichen können.
And now change of scene. The cruise ship industry will play a special role in 2018 here at the port. It's a major success story for the Hanseatic city.
Ja, ich denke mal nach dem Erfolgsjahr 2017.
Well, 2017 was a record year for the cruise ship industry here. The numbers haven't been published yet, but we processed about 800,000 passengers from 197 ships that docked here. It was a great year, and I'm convinced that 2018 will be another record year. We'll have more than 200 ships coming in with more than 800,000 passengers. Expect double-digit growth again. It's a great development and shows that we made the right decision in building a new cruise ship terminal which allows big ships to process passengers efficiently. It's a model project for many people around the world. We've had lots of guests here to look at how we do it because we're able to process the passengers of these big ships at such speed.
Wir haben sich angeschaut, wie wir die Prozesse hier umgesetzt haben, weil wir eben doch sehr schnell sind in der Abfertigung dieser großen Einheiten, und das macht Hoffnung auf die Zukunft.
Reducing noise and air pollution in the port. The HPA is doing the lion's share of that work. Helped by a world first, a shore-based power facility at the Altona Cruise Center.
Wir haben eine Landstromanlage erfolgreich in Betrieb genommen.
The power facility is now operating successfully after extensive testing. We have moved 285 megawatt-hours of power, saving CO2 emissions of more than 200 tons. That's about 75,000 litres of petrol for cars, to give you an idea of the scale. We're also using LNG with the Aida Prima cruise ship, which we can fill up when it docks here. So we've been successfully testing new technology to put the focus on sustainability. We've done test runs with the MS Europa too. So clearly other shipping companies are going in this direction, and we think that's great. We're going to continue looking at the use of methanol and work with our Swedish friends on that. And we're looking at other ideas apart from LNG to continue our role as innovators.
Methanol-Einsatz beschäftigen. Wir werden uns mit unseren schwedischen Freunden weiter austauschen. Also es gibt neben LNG auch noch andere Themen, die wir betrachten, um hier eine Vorbildfunktion, aber auch konkrete Dinge umzusetzen für den Hamburger Hafen.
Many of the projects are closely scrutinized by the media and public, and there are many people who are impacted by the activities here in the port. Here again, it's about building bridges.
Ja, neudeutsch sagt man ja Stakeholder Management.
It's what you call stakeholder management, which is about dialogue, something that we want to expand with important projects. To talk to people locally and our partners to find the optimum solutions. After all, we're not planning things for next year. Infrastructure planning is about looking decades ahead. And many parts of our port have been around for 100 years. So we have to have a long-term planning strategy, and we have to talk to our partners as equals. And we'll continue to do that.
Augenhöhe, und das wollen wir weiter forcieren.
And the bridges being built by the port in 2018 are not only local or national, they have international significance as well. For example, close cooperation between research institutes and telecommunication providers. A global exchange within what's known as the chain port.
Ja, nachdem wir viele Jahre die Vision und die Strategie Smart Port in die Welt.
We've been transporting this concept of the smart port around the world for many years now, arguing for intelligent IT solutions and traffic flow optimization, building networks with partners, something we've been doing intensively. And the obvious next step is to do it externally as well, not just within the Port of Hamburg, to network with other ports around the world, to exchange ideas about best practices and how to learn from each other. Together with the Port of Los Angeles, as co-founder, we've created a new network to enable us to reach out internationally and to talk about how other industries do it, take aerospace for example. That kind of exchange is great because you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. And you end up with a better network.
Was gibt es in anderen Ländern schon? Was kann man von anderen Branchen lernen? Wie macht es die Luftfahrt beispielsweise? Und dieser Austausch ist sehr fruchtbar, da kann man viel Geld und Zeit sparen, wenn man nicht alles selber erfindet und sich dabei weltweit noch besser vernetzt. Und wenn ich dazu
If we can contribute to that as the HPA, then that's great. Jens Meier, thanks very much. A very interesting look at the year ahead for the Port of Hamburg. Thank you for your time. And that's it from this edition of Smart Port TV. See you next time. And of course, goodbye from us. And as we say in Hamburg,
Tschüss.
Genau, bis dann. Ciao.